Hey everyone, this is Lisa from the Tipsy Paintbrush and Tipsy Crafty, and I wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to make several gifts or signs at one time using Chalk Couture transfers and Chalkology paste. So the one that I chose today is this Days Until Christmas, and it's a countdown. I'm making a countdown board, and it's we're gonna put several different ornaments hanging down. And I'll show you how you do that. But to start with, what I did is I purchased this blank, or it was from the Dollar Tree, and it had a decoupage of there was a Santa, and another one had a snowman. And I simply wet it and let it sit a few minutes, and then I scraped it off. So, it seems like it's a little bit of work. It only took a couple of minutes. It seems like a little bit of work to get this, but the cool thing was that I got this metal piece on the top, which I thought was really cool looking. So I went ahead and went for it, and I bought several of them. So I bought several of them. I got the decoupage off pretty quickly, and then I put a couple of coats of chalkboard paint on the boards. All right, so I'm going to start with this Days Until Christmas, and I want to show you the benefits of using, let me get this centered here, of using Chalk Couture. Now, one of them obviously is that you don't have to cut the stencils or transfers yourself. Another one is that you don't get bleeds. But really, the big win here for what we're going to do right now is that I can create several signs at one time. I'll just take the transfer off and move it to another board, and I can make several. Now, I just have 3, but I could do many more than that if I chose. All right, so I'm going to do some blending because that's, if you watched in my other videos, you know that I like to do that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the red, and I'm going to choose some white to stick in here. And there's no size to this. I'm just kind of putting on here what I want to do, but I think it's going to look good. So I put red and then some white, and then I'm going to put some green here. And then for this one, because the design is so large, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more down here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this large angled squeegee. The angled, it is large, so obviously, it's going to cover a bigger space, but the angle will allow you to pick up different colors and use them without having to change squeegees or wash it off. But this one I'm choosing just for the size. All right, so I'm going to lay it down on here. And I'm going to just squeegee the paste across the transfer. All right, and I'm just coming back here, and I don't want to do too much blending on this because it could kind of get to look like mud if I do too much of it. All right, so I feel like I'm done with that. Now, we put the paste on, and then we squeegee most of it off. All right, so now I'm done. It's a pretty thin layer, and I have Days Until Christmas done. I had a little bit of paste. It looked like I probably had some behind the transfer, so I'm going to clean this off just a tad to make sure I don't have that happen again. And what we do is, while this is wet, or even when it's dry, I'm just going to come in here with a wet paper towel or Q-tip or whatever and remove that. We could, like I said, we could even wait till it was dry. All right, let me clean off my transfer. Now, if I hadn't had any bleeds, I would just move this straight over to another board, which I'm going to go ahead and do. Move this over here onto the next board. Make sure it's down real well. Stick it down there, and then we'll do it again. I'm going to turn this one around. All right, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Go right over it. All right, and we've got another great sign. All right, now this one's going to get in the bath for now. and we'll fix it later. I'm going to continue on with just one sign so you can see how quickly you can make these, but you get the idea. You can do several at one time. All right, so I grabbed this little guy, and this is from another transfer, but I just kind of like the design, so I'm going to stick this on here, and then I'm going to use that same paste that I had before because we don't like to have any waste, and I'm just going to squeegee that off onto another squeegee, and then apply it right here on this transfer. Then I'll pick this up. Oh, that looks so cute. I'll pick this up and move it over a little. Stick it down, do it again. Real quick, easy way to make these Christmas countdowns in a cute, super cute. So because this is chalkboard, kids can obviously, you can write with chalk and then wash it off. What I do with this after I'm done making this sign is just put spray a coat of polyacrylic on the top, and then it's good to go. It's permanent. That's what makes the chalk paste permanent, is you would seal it with something, and I just like to spray it with polyacrylic. All right, so this one goes in the bath. It would either go in the bath or it would get moved on to the next project board. So right now I'm going to grab a couple of little ornaments that come with this pack. I'm going to find a good place for them. Let's see, I think I want, let's put this guy down here. Feels like it has something. Just make sure they stick on pretty good. I mean, you don't have to burnish them or rub them on too much, but you want to make sure you have pretty good contact. And then I think I'll put this guy down here. And then for my next one, I have another one, but I think that it's probably going to interfere with this design. I'm going to move this, put this guy down here. I think that looks cool. And then I'll just wait to put this one on until I'm done doing this design. All right, so I think for this one, we're going to go ahead and do blue. I've got this, it's azure, and it's just gorgeous. So we'll put that one on there. Let me move this to where you can see it better. All right, so I'm just going to take this and squeegee it. Now, again, I would just move this over to the next sign if I was ready to go, but we'll move it off. Super cute. Do you see that? Do you see that detail? It's wonderful. See that? All right, great. So since I'm done with that and I'm not going to be doing any blending, I'm just going to put it right back in the jar of paste so that I'm not wasting any. All right, I'm going to move on to my next one. And I think let's do pink. This one's pretty in pink. So you don't have to dip in the way I am. You can do it any way you want. A lot of people use their squeegee. It's up to you. Okay, and that went right back in the jar. And look at that. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's perfect every time. All right, so let's get another one in here. Let's do yellow on this guy here. And you can do some blending on these as well. I'm just choosing to do solid colors. I've done several of them now, and they go quickly when they're solid colors, and they look super cute. The blended looks cute too, but this looks just as nice. So I'm not choosing just not to blend on these. All right, the paste went right back in the jar. And let's pull this puppy off. It's looking awesome. Okay. Looks like I had a little bit of over here. I'm going to clean that up. Super simple. All right, last guy. We'll put this on here and then we'll take a look, see what we got. Now, the Chalkology paste does dry pretty quickly, so I'm able to put this up close to the other, and I could have even done some overlapping onto the last design. So don't worry about that. It's not going to cause any trouble. And I think we'll go with green because green's pretty. Actually, let's do green and a tad bit of white. Throw some white in there, a little smidgen. All right. And then I'm going to grab my spatula. I'm just, I could be done now because it's all filled in, but I want to get a little blending going on with the white, just for some interesting look. All right, so that way it's not like just straight up green. All right, so we're going to set that aside because it really shouldn't go back in the green pot. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so I'm going to just look around, make sure if I have any. I had some chalk paste kind of hanging around. Wipe it off, and then we are done. Voila. If I had, I do have several boards here to finish, and I'm going to get at those, but I could have done several at one time, and that is one of the beauties of using Chalk Couture's transfers and Chalkology paste. Join me for our next video.